Bounce, bounce, bounce. Get the bounce, world bounce, 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 bounce. Check, check. Yo, I'm making short-term goals when the weather flows. Just put away the leathers and put ice on the gold. Chilly with enough bail money to free a big Willie. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly. Shopping sprees, copping threes. Dudes feed by IS's fully loaded. Yes, bouncing in the Lex Luger. Tire smoke like Buddha. 50 G's to the crap shooter. Players can't fade me. Chrome stocks beaming through my peripheral. I see you scheming. Stop dreaming, I leave your body steaming. Brothers is fiending, what's the meaning? I'm leaning on any player intervening with the sound of my money machining. My cup running over with hundreds. I'm one of the best players that done it. 6 digits and running, y'all brothers don't want it. I got the Godfather flow, the Don Juan, the Marco. Swear to God, don't get it twisted. State where I drop my slang. I'm deep in the south, kicking up top game. Bouncing on the highway, switching 4 lanes. Screaming through the sunroof, money ain't a thing. You worst fear confirmed. Me and my fam roll tight like the firm. Getting down for life, right, you better learn. Why play with fire, you burn. We get together like a choir to acquire what we desire. We do dirt like worms, produce G's like sperm. Select spread like germs. I got extensive hoes with expensive clothes. And I sip fine wines and spit vintage flows. I don't know. She can't knock the hustle. Punching the clock, my function is to make much and lay back munching. Sipping Remy on the rock, my crew, something to watch, nothing to stop. Unstoppable, scheme on the ice. I gotta hot your crew, I gotta let you players know the time like my bottle. My motto, stack rocks like Colorado. Waddle up the champagne, crystals by the bottle. It's a damn shame, but you're not though. Me. Slick like a gato, Jay-Z. My pops knew exactly what he did when he made me. Try to get a nut and he got a nut in. What? Straight bananas, can a player see me? Got the US Open, advantage jigger. Served like Sampras, play fake rappers like a campus fatigue. Paul, you too eager, you ain't having it? Good, me either. Let's get together and make this whole world believe us, in my arraignment, screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment. Until we even, thieving, as long as I'm breathing. Can't knock the way your player eating, you know?
Until the lady, I'm the one who's crazy. Cause that's the way you're making me feel. The way you make me feel. I'm just trying to get mine. I don't have the time to knock the hustle free.
Yo, good evening, people. Ooh, I got choked up. Let's go. That part gets me every time. Every time. Let's go. Alright, so got this bad boy we were working on last night. This morning I decided to add a piano, listen to it some more, and this, I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna leave this in here, so for right now it's muted, but this is what we got. this. All right. Right now, we can do that. We can cut it out. Wondering if I should. Yeah, let's do that. Oh no, maybe we'll see. We'll see. Oh, that's my fault. You know what? Might end up changing up that kit. Yeah, we'll get like another kick, something that doesn't have. I guess so. It's alright. all like that. I guess we do want to enter that in. Why not? Alright, let's get to it. So let's start here. See what to do. Do our high pass and our low pass. I just won't feel like a high pass for sure, because we know we got, so we want to super low frequencies, and then low pass because stuff that lives up here in higher frequencies. So pretty much doing that with everything. See here, cool. So even this fine. This. Let's try and see if we can. Say here. Down. Try 5. So I can't see the curve, but I can hear it. That sounds a lot better. Sound a bit more. Too much here. You're not really getting anything right here like that, except for it just kind of opens it. Like if you were to, not that big of a deal. Not really making a difference. Let's get rid of that too. Here's our snare. Start around 100. I'm going to boost here, but maybe. A little warm here. not too bad. It's here. So maybe here. Good. Okay. Got a match. Yo, Leonor in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, man. How you doing this evening? And congrats on the release game. So Leonor here has a King of Fighters Mugen that he's been working very, very, very hard on. Alright? And it's ready to go. And it's about time, man. It's about time. I was starting to think, just gonna like all of a sudden just been working on it indefinitely, something like that, and just bullet through the heart, man. You stay with it. Got it done. He put in a lot of work on his stream. Spent a lot of time working things and programming things, and I got to play it. It was buttery smooth. That's all I can ask for is a game that runs on my system. It's buttery smooth. Like, really? You can't get any better than that. You just can't. So yeah, I definitely appreciate it, and you can tell, took his time with it. He put love in there, and if there's anything, I would definitely recommend you check it out. Do not start with the default settings. It's a trap, alright? It's a trap. Leonor set you guys up for failure, alright? I'm telling you that right now. He set you up for failure. As soon as you get in there, it's already on the hardest difficulty. I'm sorry, Leonor, I'm snitching. Alright? As soon as you get in there, this is gonna come in, it's like beast mode, start tearing into you. So my suggestion, unless you're familiar already, let's go in there and change some of those settings. That's it. Great work on it, man. And looking forward to other games that you may put out, Mugen or otherwise, for sure. Oh, we got MD Soul in the building, and that is like the fighting game god. All right, so he would definitely wink want to check out what you got going on, man. He would definitely. He definitely doesn't want to challenge me in it. Look, I know you like King of Fighters, alright? And I haven't played a single King of Fighters game, but I'm telling you right now, I will take you down. How's it going, man? How you doing this evening? Well, I got sidetracked here with the grand announcement and all the stuff I enjoyed about that game. On the wrong thing. Alright. Let's go here. So, what I can say, at least with the hats, all right, to be on the safe side, when you are running your low pass, right? So we're making that curve to the right there. For your hats, if you want, you can. Okay, I'm telling you, the perfect spot is 50K. All right. Reason being, I don't care what song, I don't care what genre. It's sent in for mastering. 15K. Nothing's making it past there. Not a vocal, not anything. There might be one genre, all right? And there's a reason for that, and that would be synthwave, all right? Synthwave sounds really, really airy, right? I've found those to still kind of extend outward, right? Like 20 kilohertz or even further. Some say they go in there and 30K or something, they boost something there just to give it, to open it up more. And I'm like, what? No one's hearing that. Like that's just too far. But closer to 20, maybe you round it off at like 19, 18, like not too far in. But most stuff, rap, all that, when you hear it, it just sounds like it's just kind of centered. Because that 15K mark, that's where they cut it. Why? Because most people, or most adults, have a hard time hearing beyond 15K. Right? Maybe you kept your ears in pristine condition and you can hear very clearly. But even then, there ain't nothing there you like. Everything else is are you pushing somewhere probably not even more than 6K. All right, you might get away with 8 somewhere, but at those frequencies, boost too much and you start getting pain in your ears. So we treat those higher frequencies with the utmost care. All right, we don't want anyone's eardrum bleeding when they're close to the speaker and it's playing really loud, right? Those higher frequencies are short, and they're quick. You don't want that. I'm telling you now, you don't want it. So roll off about here. It's the safe way to go. Sometimes you can push in maybe to like 12, 13, like you see here, but you do lose some of the clarity. Not a lot, right? So 15 is a bit safe there. Let's keep going. So what I'm gonna do here is, though I love this, it's a nice sound. I'm not gonna boost it, but I'm gonna cut it. So if you want to think about it this way, when you're making the cuts, you're pretty much pushing sound further from you, right? So it's not that you're killing the frequencies or like cutting them out, you're just turning them down, right? So what we can do is, if something's kind of popping out, we can find that spot, okay, and then we can turn it down. And by making that quieter, what it'll do is give an illusion that it's kind of like sitting behind or playing behind something, right? So let's say let's turn this off. Alright, if I turn this on, the more I turn this up, the more it's gonna seem like it's distant from you. It's quieter, you can still hear it, but it's quieter now, and now it seems like everything else kind of sits in front of it, right? And then the louder I would do it, the more forward it sounds, right? So with this, it's not so much that it's loud or anything, but I do want it to kind of sit a little better behind everything else. So we'll just do a little bit till we feel like it kind of ducks, and then we're done. And a lot of times with any of the hats, crash cymbal, whatever, really energetic, right? It's just energy everywhere. So kind of controlling that, find that sweet spot, and just 1-2 dB usually does the trick, and it just tames it a little bit. See, what I want to do is, yes, we are cheating today. It's gonna copy. Is it cheating if you copy off your own paper? See how fun this is? One more. All right. This. Now we at least have our drums, right? We're gonna route all of these sounds, or at least I've done it already, into its own track. All right, so these aren't connected to the master or anything. It's connected directly to this. Some would call it a bus, some would call it an aux. It's the same thing, right? So we created this, we routed everything here, and now we have control, right? So once we balance the drums over there, then all we have to do is, if we need the drums louder, right? Anything we do over here is going to affect the whole of the drums, all right? So, what we're gonna do here is add a little saturation and some compression, all right? So I'm going to use this. What I want to do is get it over into here, because once we start pushing past 0, start getting that distortion that we want, right? The good distortion. And with doing that, it's going to create warmth, and it's going to create the higher frequencies, upper harmonics. Okay, so everything, really in layman's terms, everything is just getting more energetic, right? Because we're pushing the volume, pushing the signal. Kind of hear the drum, the kick, and like the snare kind of changing, because they're the loudest thing, right? So go from that more kind of clean sound, and then it starts getting a little distorted, right? I don't think this has the little red light. I think so. I think it's... But usually if you push it too far, there's usually a light. That light will come on and let you know it's too far. Other than that, we can push this as far as we need to. Alright. Do is take a look at where our volume was before. So between -9, -6. Just gonna got it. With it. So you can hear how this technique actually takes your drums and allows it to cut through. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough. It just kind of puts it like right there in your face. Right? Because why not compress? Oh, sorry, wrong one. Because we compress everything. Not really, but compression just allows us to close the gap, tighten the gap in the dynamic range, right? So you could have, hats and stuff playing here, but your kick and stuff's here. We can push down those louder sounds and bring it closer to the floor, all right? And then doubles, because as we push it down, we lose volume. So we have to turn it up. So the quieter sounds get turned up, right? Because we have to bring volume back to where we had it. So you get louder sounds be a bit quieter. You get the quieter sounds sound a bit louder, right? That's all it's doing. But we're kind of changing the shape of the sound. Too much of the loud part from the quiet part. So we don't have a 10-to-1 for the ratio, so I've been using 12 on this bad boy. Can't hurt. And what I want to get is like around, right? So right here is kind of fine, but I'll turn it down just a little bit more. And this just determines how slowly or how quickly like it fully compresses, right? So I just want to find that balance. So what I'm looking as I'm watching this needle is, as it's doing its thing, I need it to reset kind of quickly, because these are short sounds, quick sounds, right? So we don't want it to like hit and then linger, or we don't want it, at least in this instance, we don't want things like escaping through, right? If I make it too slow, then some of the sound will kind of pass through without really being compressed, and then later, right? And we're talking milliseconds here, but then the compression will actually fully start. There may be times where you want that, and if you're gonna do something like that, I would say do it individually on the kick or the snare, whatever you're trying to shape. Here, we just want the drums as a whole to be more consistent, so we want like a faster attack time, right? So you can tell when it gets slower and it starts not really fully compressing right at the beginning. As soon as the sound hits, because it's pushing up a lot more, right? Whereas if we slow that down, you're not really getting the response till later. It's kind of a delay, right? So let's don't have to put it on the fastest, but again, we're just watching for that like to hit. And we're looking to get about -3. So you don't have to be perfect. Sometimes I like to be perfect, so. Alright, the release is just how long, once the signal is under the threshold, how long it takes for the compressor to fully turn off. So if you have a slower release time, a longer release time, then the compressor stays on for a long time, even after everything is stopped. It takes longer to reset. So whatever sound you're using, you want to find that balance between when it's active and when it's not active, and that's going to be the speed that you want for it. So here again, short quick sound, so we're going to use a faster release time, and we're just going to watch. Our snare is the loudest thing that's triggering this. When neither one of those are playing, we get the reset to 0. we're good there. All right. If it's too slow, then while it's trying to reset, any sound that starts playing, even if it's not over the threshold, still going to be getting compressed. So you got to find that balance, and then that's going to make everything work for you. Yo, got a show in the building. How you doing this evening, man? I miss anybody? No, Soul. How you doing, man? I want to make sure I'm doing a lot of talking. Alright, and that's it for our drums. So we can take this off. The saturation helps with the drums to kind of to give it more energy, so it kind of cuts through the mix a little better. And then with the compression, we're just kind of closing that gap with the dynamic range so that there's more consistency with our loud sounds and our quiet sounds. Alright. Gotta return the volume back, so let's go back in here. We'll use our output to do that. Alright, and that'll do it for the drums side of things. My next favorite part, let's take I'm gonna take this stuff here. Possibly drop these here. That these, let's focus on this real quick. So we want our bass and our kick for the most part. So let's take the snare out. We want these to play well together. So what we're gonna do is, in the beginning we ran a high pass on our kick. What we did is we cleared out some of those sub frequencies. And so we're gonna actually allow the bass to have the sub frequencies, and we're gonna find where we boosted our kick, and we're gonna put high pass speakers or anything, but maybe go get in your car, and the low end hits, maybe those like lower notes too, and those like lower octaves, and you get this like uncontrollable rumble. All right. From like, alright, that can pick up those lower frequencies, but usually where they're cutting. So here. And then a lot of times melodies and things like that, they start about that 1K range and go over. So what I like to do is just, because we're not trying to hear the bass, we just want to feel the bass. Alright. So boom. Now our kick. We boosted around 60, but we can't see over here. This thing that we use. Alright. I know this has kind of a wide curve, and with what I know, usually that punch that we're looking for on the kick is going to occur around the 70 to like 90 hertz, maybe even 100 hertz. So what we're going to do is in our bass, we're going to find that area. Just going to drop it a little bit. Too much. All it's going to do is allow the kick to sit on top of the bass. So if we do it too much, alright, you lose the bass. We don't want to lose the bass. So just a little bit, just so it sticks out. And then if you want to go further, some people like their bass like super loud, then you can sidechain your kick to your bass. An FL, that is, take your Fruity limiter. I usually don't, but there are some cases where I have found myself doing it. Where's the limiter? I swear swear, it's like they move this stuff every update. Where are we at? Here we are. Take this, switch it into compressor mode, and then you'll take your kit, go over to where your bass is, right click here, and then you're going to route to this track. Don't do only, because it'll cut off what you got going on here. You'll route it like this, so now you'll see two like this. Or sorry, it's the wrong one. Do select it. My apologies. All right, we're gonna do side chain to this track. There we go. So now that it is side chain, you should be able to come here and you'll see this. You'll turn your ratio to whatever you desire. Usually 3:1 is fine, and then you'll bring the threshold down till you get some motion. Now, anytime the kick hits, it'll start ducking the bass under, right? So if you want this a little louder, at least when that kick hits, it will attempt to duck the bass. Not really something you would do with like synth bass or whatever, but if you have like 808s, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's how you would do that. But other than that, boom. What I do want to do though is let's saturate this a little as well, just because I think we can make it a little more energetic. So instead of chilling, finally caught a stream. Hey, look, man, I've been mainly on like Kick, but I've been debating on still streaming to YouTube. I was like, I could just do content because I got an idea. I want it to be specifically for like mixing information, but not in the way that's like kind of already out there. It probably will have me go that route, but I kind of want to give more of the information on more or less like the concept of it, kind of how I was explaining. I don't know if you were here earlier, but about like cutting and boosting and how to kind of like look at it, because stuff can get too technical. And as someone who like didn't go to school for this and have anyone to like show, it took a long time for things to like click on what was actually happening or what I was supposed to be listening for, because that's the biggest thing. You could tell somebody to do something at wherever, but if their ears can't hear it, they don't know if it's working or not, you know? And then they don't know what they're listening for. And then the next thing that comes around, they're like, oh yeah, I remember I did this, but this sound, it may not live there. It may live over here. So you got to be able to hear it. So it's like, try and get that concept across and kind of how to think about it and how to listen. Kind of like diagnose it and then go from there. I've seen some stuff. I didn't comment. Some people were definitely going in, and I was like, I don't know where he made up that chain from, but I was like, a lot of people are about to be messed up doing that. I mean, at the end of the day, you do things the way you want to do it. But as I always say, if you want a certain result, there's a way to go about doing it. And if you ain't gonna go about doing it that way, well, you kind of can't get upset if it ain't sounding the way, it ain't turning out the way you want it to. So what we're gonna do is use more saturation, and I'm gonna try and add. Let's turn this off. We'll just give it some more energy. I think that's about right. Okay. So that's our before. That's our after. Then we can put our EQ back on. changes we made here. We lost volume. Back. Okay. Now the tough part. Drums and the bass, that's the easy part. It's like no problem. And usually everything kind of got its own space it lives in. It's these. It's the piano, the guitars, all this stuff kind of overlaps. And we got to start making some decisions. But that's where kind of what I was talking about earlier will definitely come into play. So, let's see. So we want to look at, kind of want to think about going in, like, what is your main sound? What is the sound that drives this song, right? And the way I see it, as we're going through, the bass kind of just carries, but also the piano kind of carries. And you have this here as well. It plays with the piano. So what we got to think about is, what do we want to kind of stand out in the foreground, and then what do we want to take the background, and that's going to help us with the decisions that we're going to make here. So generally on a stage, the piano's up front. It's usually turned to a side, right? And it's usually to the left, right? The right side is facing the audience. The left side's more towards the back of the stage. With that in mind, we could assume, right, that the lower notes on the piano are gonna appear quieter. So even though this sounds good and warm here, we're not gonna really hear it like that. Right? And then this side being closer to us, we would hear a little more because it's facing us, right? A 120. So by cutting off here at 120, that leaves room for our kick, that leaves room for our snare, that leaves room for our bass without dipping into the piano too much, right? Let's take that to about here, right? Now we have this flute that's playing, so right, these sections would most likely be behind the piano, right? So we could do something like here's where that sweet spot is right here for it. Get that clarity. Right, and what we're gonna do is bring it down, and that's gonna push those frequencies, give the illusion that it's playing behind the piano, right? Doing that, we will lose like a little volume, but you always can return that volume back. But whenever that frequency range starts to play, it'll quiet it, right? Because we dropped it by, what was it, 3 decibels. All right, but in this same area, we boosted this. So when they both decide to play together, you're gonna hear the piano up front, and you're gonna hear the flutes kind of behind the piano. And that's, in a nutshell, what we're looking for, right? So that in mind, let's That actually sounds a lot better there. About -18 there. Wrong one. We're gonna use this because I'm able to get into the mid frequencies and higher frequencies. It's a little bit more. Is try maybe here. So right there in that area, it's kind of muddy, kind of hollow, kind of boxy. So what we're gonna do is cut those frequencies, and that's gonna tighten the sound up a little bit. About 2K. Like right here, it's pretty. I could turn that up and it just sounds really clear. So let's return our volume. Alright, so same thing here. Let's try and figure out far is too far. I think right here might be some of the low end sounds kind of thin, so we'll take 250. Right here, we start to lose some of the clarity, so let's pull it back to about 8K. Perfect. We just want to push in as far as we can from both sides, because we know we have other things that actually utilize that space, right? We want to be able to hear those really well. So let's take this. I think we'll use the same thing because we cut here at 250, so we don't need anything lower. For this, keep thinking I'm selecting this one and I keep hitting something else. All right, so let's play it. And we'll turn this up and scan through. Right here, it's kind of hollow. And like picture someone cupping their hands and like talk. It's kind of got that hollow, kind of boxy sound. So what we'll do is turn this down, move this here. It says dip, so I use this because I can only boost from here and I can only cut from here. So I use this to kind of sweep, to boost, to kind of hear it, and then I'll use this and we'll turn it down. So that's what I've been doing. Maybe 5 might be, or it might be too much. It's cool. And then this is a background sound. So what I will actually do is leave this. Let's take a look at this 21. Awesome volume, turn it back up. Push that a little bit more. I'm gonna bring up another one. So the only thing I'm learning about these is I may have to bring up like multiple to do something. But I like the way it sounds, so dealing with it. 2K is where we boosted the piano, right? So we don't want any conflict there, and we'll drop, say, 2. So it's kind of under it. Okay. Okay. More. That should be that should be it right there. So why not? Let's try this again. Might just have to flatten this bad boy. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. This, and then we'll have the main melodies, and then we have a couple of effects that we need to do, and then we're out of here. Oh, okay. I went a little too far over. I was like, what? Still like that. Live with that. I'm wondering if we should dip this or not. Let's see. I wanna put a dip in that. Minus 18. Something's not right. I think we lost some volume here. Yeah, quite a bit actually. What is going on? We can't even reach where we were anymore without me like fully pushing this bad boy. That's already scaring me. But I mean, we're back to where we are. It's just... Alright. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, we haven't done anything with this, so this is empty. Oh, we have this. This is easy though. It already sounds pretty good. Should be about it. Is where you start to lose. We'll use this one. Here. Like two, not too much. And we'll get one more. Just a little bit, so it's under the piano. Alright, and then we got these two sound effects, so I probably won't do anything to this except for fine. Good. What's this? 5, right? Seven. Just drop it a little. See, I wonder if I can take a shortcut. Perfectly happy with that. Not missing a thing. Not missing a thing. Alright, that thing would be now all that's done, we can start doing some other stuff. So start panning. Open close has pretty much the same thing. One's just the sound when it's closed together, and the other one it's open, so when we pan it to the same side. This one, let's move it over here so it's on a different the crash symbol is a little further over. So tough decision, but I'm gonna say it's this one. I'm gonna move this to the right, to the left. Alright, so we can't have everything in the center of the speaker, so unfortunately something's just gotta go. Alright, if we want to be able to hear everything, with the EQ, we cleaned up as much as we could and kind of gave it its own space on the frequency spectrum, like gave things its own space. But in the speaker, we still got to work with that field, right? that's where the panning, the widening comes in. For panning, energy runs from your left to your right. So if you put your left hand over your left ear and you speak, you'll notice your right ear picks up the higher frequencies more easily, and the lower frequencies become less pronounced. And likewise, you can put your hand over your right ear and you can speak, and lower frequencies are more pronounced in the left ear, and the higher frequencies are kind of, dulled out. So when you're trying to make panning decisions, keep that in mind. If something sounds, lower and you're trying to make space, you want to know where to move it, you will move that to the left, because your left ear is going to pick it up easier than your right ear. Your right ear is going to have a hard time picking that up. I'm not saying it won't hear it, just won't hear it clearly, right? So with these two, because they're kind of similar, I'm going to say we can hear more low end from this one, this one. So I moved it over to the left, and then I'll let this one take the right, because I can only hear more of the higher frequencies. But they sound pretty close, so either way could have worked, I guess. In that situation, you just gotta try it out, what feels right at that point, and go from there. Alright, so here, what I'm actually doing is centering the kick and the snare. Right, so the lower frequencies are getting drawn to the center of the speaker, and that leaves more area for the other sounds on the sides, right, like our piano and stuff like that, because the low end, right, like the bass and things like that aren't very melodic or dynamic. We don't really need to hear them left, right. You can put them in the center. The bass, we're just trying to feel the bass, so you can kind of clear some space. But you don't have to completely. There may be some times where you'll do that and just completely mono something. But a lot of times, especially like 808s and stuff, you'll still have frequencies that extend beyond just the low range, right? So leaving those on the sides might be beneficial. So in this case, I only put it up to like 30. So, most of that low range, it's picked that up and it's made it mono. Alright. So what I want to do with these effects, instead of like panning, like a pan to the left or the right, what I'm going to do is we're going to widen it. Okay. So whereas I move the knob and you got the little purple here to let you know that we're pushing it more into mono, I'm going to go the other direction. It's going to put it into stereo. And so all widening is like panning simultaneously left and right. So here's this sound here. We're going to widen this sound. So if I widen this by 30%, it's going to pan left and right at the same time. 30%. So it gives it a wider feel, right? It also takes it from the center and spreads it, right? So things that we move to the center, that we want in the center, can be heard apart from things that we don't want. So usually in the center, vocals, whatever the main melody that's driving your song, your kick, your bass, your snare, those are gonna be your elements. Everything else gotta go somewhere. Scram. On now, it's gotta go. So what I'm gonna do is do like 50%. Alright, so with headphones, if you 100% mono, you'll hear the sound. Like it's almost like the sound is just like right here in the center of your forehead. Whereas if you 100% like separate it or put it in stereo, you'll hear it here, and then just feel like there's a hole just in the center of your head. It's but it's cool to know that it's working, right? Alright, so that got our panning decisions made, everything like that. So now we can start to blend this in a bit more. Alright, so for every 1 dBu, the fader, you're going to account for 3 dBs in perceived volume. So if we turn it down 1 decibel, then when it get quieter, right, we're going to perceive it as 3 decibels quieter. And then the reverse if you decide to raise it. So take it dB by dB and listen. Does it sound like it's, blending in well in relation to everything else? If yes, you don't need to do anything more. It's a loud sound for no reason. That's right, to get out from there. Let's see, 2. Oh shoot, I missed that. Yo, Snakeblade, appreciate the follow. How you doing this evening? Welcome in. You happen to create music? And if so, what kind of music do you make? Okay, so got this about as consistent as we're going to get this. So what I would do at this point, which I think we may already have done. It's already there. Stuff's already here. Okay, the routing's all done. What we're gonna do is find out. Let's see. You got me on that one. Okay, so like something's not right. We're below our target. Usually I'm on the mark. What did we mess up? Alright, so looking at here, our mix is between -3, -6. Even if it's like right at -6, fine. Because once you get vocals over anyway, yeah, the vocals are pretty much going to be up here, right? Your beat's gonna be here, your vocals here. So I have this, and now I'm going to add this, and this is going to be applied to everything, okay? So to the entire track. Say it doesn't work. We don't want it too much, but all it's letting us know is that there's a bit of clipping, but it's not too bad. It's not that bad, right? So I don't want that light to just be on. So it does let us know that we've hit the ceiling. Now these are kind of locked in place here, so nothing we can do except dial in. And then here we kind of have options of what we're looking to do here. So see, it just deals with the high end, makes it a little, opens up the higher, opens up that high end in the beat, right? Say the higher frequencies. That didn't sound right. So listen to it. But right here, it sounds like it opens up just a little bit. That's it. I don't think I want to do too much for that. And then here, let's try and get a little more clarity from it. Down. We don't want to do too much because this is the whole track we're talking about, so we don't want to do too much compression on it. Just want to know it's just kind of taking those peaks and pushing them down a little bit. So last here. Alright. Go from that to alright. It's a wrap. Put this on -1. Turn this down just a little bit. So the mix is complete, and it's just loud enough to where that can be sent to someone, that can be played in the car or whatever. But just know this is not the end, alright? But we take this off, we'll see the volume of our, it's like the true volume without the limiter on here. And then we have enough headroom for the mastering engineer to do their thing, right? But this at least makes the mix as loud as we can get it. So when you're playing it back for somebody, it's not, missing volume. It sounds quieter than what else you try and compare it next to, right? That's a wrap. Now, as for this, we might not keep it, which is why I muted it, but it was an idea that I had. It was just something like in the background. It doesn't blend well with the rest of the stuff that I had, so we cut it out. But I was also thinking maybe somewhere here it might work, so I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna hold it. This stuff happens. Or I might come up with another idea and be like, you know what, maybe I'll play it this way over here instead of the way I had it. So I'll keep that. Save. Wait till tomorrow. Listen to this again. Fresh ears. Make any last minor adjustments we need to. And then that's it. So after all of that, definitely don't forget to take care of your ears. Listening to music in moderation. After about an hour, it's said to take at least 15-30 minutes. Take a break. Let your ears decompress. Or you reach a thing called ear fatigue, and it's not nice, right? I've been there. Listening to a lot of music or making beats, just it being loud, friends over, whatever. And after a while, stuff starts to the sound start playing tricks on you. Something starts sounding like it's too quiet. You're like, turn that up. Or something sounds too loud. You're like, let me turn that down. Then you wake up in the morning, go to hit play. It's a complete mess. All right, so 3 years, time. They need to decompress. They need to readjust. Those are your money makers. If this is something you're into, otherwise, play on. Like, we got it saved. Alright, I didn't plan to be on for too long. Stuff has to happen tomorrow. I did want to at least do that. I will be on tomorrow though, and because this is something that we made yesterday. So tomorrow, let's try and create something. We can talk about it. That's a whole nother lecture. I don't want to be here for another 30 minutes trying to break down some stuff, but we can do it tomorrow as we go, and then we'll something or put it in a way where you could, after that stream, you could try and use it. Okay. Got that mapped out. I have this. I got the resources to see I could do this. Take off with it. Do with it. Folder. Just like that. Let's play this one. I haven't played this one, I think, since I made it, so. Alright, let me get out of here. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. I'll be on tomorrow, try and be on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you got questions when I'm working, pull up. I'll be happy to answer them if I can. Or we do research. Remember, stay patient, remain diligent, and as always, be majestic. Be kind, stay humble. It's wild out there, and it's also hot. It's very, very much hot. With that, I'm out. Peace.